Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy King Louie, and today we're finna react to this Nolan Wells situation. Shout out to my boy Poetic Flacco for keeping up with this. I ain't even gonna waste no time. We're just gonna get straight into it. You don't know what's going on out here, man. Nolan Wells went to an island with a bunch of his friends, you know what I mean? 4th of July. They wound up showing up home. He didn't. Flacco got some information, some new audio. So we here to check it out.
In his Nolan Wells murder is probably the biggest piece of confirmation that something really, really, really bad happened to Nolan. So Warren, who's one of Nolan Wells' supposed friends who rode out to Horn Island with him, he did an interview, and during this interview, he revealed something that kind of lines up everything else that we've heard since then. Now, what he says is a direct contradiction to everything they want us to believe about Nolan Wells.
Nolan was sitting by the boat with that Katie girl, and my buddy yelled for Nolan, get on the boat. We're leaving. The boat's having issues. And no, he didn't say that, but he was panicking. Nolan, get the F on the boat. Get on the boat. And Nolan said, no, I'm staying out here. I'm going to ride in with somebody else. And it's not uncommon to hear, but it's not like my buddy asked him.
So the boat was having issues. Instead of calling the people to come help y'all while y'all were on the island, on land, you tried to leave with the boat? That doesn't make sense.
One time, my buddy asked Nolan multiple times to get on the boat.
Sense.
Nolan, get on the boat. Get on the boat. We're leaving. If you're coming, you got to come now. And Nolan made a decision to stay out on the island. It's not like we just left him there, or my friends just left him there. Nolan made a decision to stay on the island after my friends asked him multiple times and told him to get on the boat, and he decided to stay.
And I heard the girl that he was with, Katie, had text somebody that she heard people yelling
Correct.
For Nolan to get on it. Is that true?
And I have a picture of that. She texted my buddy, and the next day everybody was panicking and everybody's texting Katie, because she was obviously seen with Nolan the whole day at the island. Katie sent a message to my buddy the next day and said, this is the last time I saw him, he's really sweet. But she also mentioned that the last time she saw Nolan was when my buddy was yelling at him to get on the boat.
They're telling.
I make that make sense. Last time she saw him, your buddy was yelling at him to get on the boat, but he stayed there for her. So why would she say the last time she saw him come on, bro.
In this story, as if, by the way, it confirms their story. It's actually the contrary. Now, he said this before the audio got released, and the audio is horrific. The audio confirms to me something really, really, really bad happened to Nolan. But he said this as if this is a confirmation and not a debunking or contrary to his story. If you're saying, hey, we left Nolan on an island, we don't know what happened to him, and our proof of this is we see Nolan cradle up with Katie in his arms. And we was calling Nolan over to get on the boat, and Nolan said he's staying, and Katie can confirm this. And then Katie says, according to you guys, Katie confirmed to you guys that the last time she seen Nolan was when y'all was calling him over. Well, she wouldn't say that if Nolan stayed. If the last time Katie seen Nolan was when y'all was calling him over, that would imply that he went over to you guys. Katie even told the family that Nolan told her he was riding home with his friends and he had to go. Your very story confirms exactly what we suspected, which is Nolan went on that boat. Now, y'all called Nolan over at 3 p.m. Y'all was still on the island for an hour and 30 trying to figure out that boat situation. So we don't know what took place in that hour and 30. But clearly something is not sitting right. And this audio made me lose sleep last night, man. Now, the audio is of the 911, well, not 911 call, but of the emergency call that Wyatt made to the boat operators or to some type of subscription that help people who are stranded on boats. So Wyatt made a call. And the operator picks up, and my God, you start to hear something very dark and grim from the beginning.
Connected.
I seen this on Twitter.
They don't realize the AI operator already started recording because they believe they're waiting for somebody to pick up. They believe they're on hold, waiting for a human person to come and assist them. So they're talking freely, waiting for this human. The AI operator is recording everything. So that's.
So I already know I gotta do an update because if ain't nobody get arrested, bro, we finna crash out. We just
When you
finna go
hear
crash
he's
out.
dead. Oh my God, he's dead.
Cause that's crazy, bro. Nobody's arrested.
Connected.
What? He's dead. Oh, no.
Detail assistant, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Now, how that makes sense? Y'all on the boat sinking, but he stayed on the island with somebody screaming Nolan's name while you're on the phone with the operator to come help you with the boat that's sinking. But he's not
They
on the
were not
boat.
aware that was already being recorded. So they get to speaking freely. The operator picks up now. Everything changes.
Mm-hmm.
Everything changes. So they're panicking. Oh my God, no. Hey, operator, everybody on mute. But they still let a couple things slip through. Now, what proceeds to follow is one of the strangest calls I've ever seen in life. This is one of the strangest calls I've ever witnessed in life. You've never seen anything stranger than this before.
We're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir?
Wake up.
Can you give me a description? Ankles?
What'd
Hello?
you say? Hey,
Is the
One, you can hear her, bro. We hear everything in the background, bro. I guess them saying wake up made him pay attention to that. But I don't even know. I think they hurt him. They didn't mean to hurt him. Got in some type of fight, hurt him. Didn't mean to hurt him. And then also didn't help him either, thinking they can get away with whatever they did.
yes?
That's
How
what it
far is the
sounds
water coming up, sir?
it's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
All right, well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on the account, sir.
I don't know the phone number. It's either Jerry Atkerson. I think it's Jerry Atkerson. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. I don't
All
have
right,
the tag
unless
on
you
here.
have a
It got ripped
membership
off.
number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the counter.
Is Warren who did the interview? Hold on, give me a second. Hold on. 6:31.
Really bad happened to Nolan. So Warren, who's one of Nolan Wells' supposed.
So Warren is who did the interview. So that's Warren. All right.
The captain, what's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at 2.
Yeah.
All right, and is
Before we crash out, before you get all type of hate messages.
everybody on board in
Hate
good health
calls.
otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's
How
on
many-
board.
Somebody says, I thought he was, and then it just like drowns out. So we don't know what that means. I could have 20,000 different theories. Y'all leave me a 3. What do you think that meant? This is where it starts to get really strange. The operator begins to ask very direct questions, and they begin to act like they don't know what she's saying. They begin to half answer questions that are very convenient. Like, for example, she says, yo, is everybody on the boat and in good health?
Yeah.
He says, everybody on the boat. Okay, what about the good health part? But that's not even the strangest part. It's about to get really, really weird.
All right. Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right.
Wyatt, check his chest. So we done heard Warren. So Warren had, I don't know if Warren's on the phone. I guess Warren's on the phone. Wyatt. Somebody called Warren. Somebody called Wyatt. Wyatt, check his chest. Bro, this is crazy, bro.
These aren't even the weird parts I'm talking about. You're
It's
going
fucked
to
up.
hear the weird parts shortly. But even with this, somebody is saying, check his chest. After we heard somebody says, yo, he's dead. Nolan, oh my God, Nolan, check his chest. The lady says, y'all want the Coast Guard? No, absolutely no. That was the most.
They rather drown. These folks rather drown in the middle of nowhere than to have the Coast Guard come help them because they done did something to their friend, bro.
No Coast Guard.
Crazy.
Why don't you want the Coast Guard out?
Mm-hmm.
And you're about to hear, like, the people that they wanted to come out, they're unavailable. So the next best people are the Coast Guards. But they must rather drown than to have the Coast Guards come out. Because the people they want to come out don't really have authority in anything. The Coast Guards are damn near law enforcement. The Coast Guards will come out and get to investigate and get to prowling around. No, why don't you want the Coast Guards out if the people who are supposed to assist you can't even come up? But at the end,
You know why?
you get to hear they called for no reason, right? Because his grandfather would admit, "Hey, we don't need help anymore. Sorry." So they
They
wasted
called for
about
no
14
reason?
or 15 minutes on that phone call. I think trying to establish an alibi. Because towards the end of the phone call, after they were begging for help, the grandfather says, "Oh no, they don't need help. Don't send nobody."
All right. Looks like you're
What?
on Horn Island, correct? Are you
Yes,
on
we are
Horn
at Horn
Island?
Island. Yes.
All right. Is the boat?
Definitely was an alibi situation. Definitely was an alibi situation.
Sinking or you have it aground?
We were sinking, yes.
Is it aground is the question?
No, we're not aground. We are in
Okay.
17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water.
All right, have to ask. What do you want to do? Do you want to be towed back?
I want to get this boat unsank and towed back, yes.
All right, where would you like it towed to, sir?
You can tow it to Ocean Springs Harbor, or Fort Bayou Launch.
All right, how many adults and children on board?
No, there's no children.
So, is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question.
You're about to hear an answer to that question that will make your mouth drop on the floor.
Now, at first, when I heard it on Twitter, I thought he only heard her say the children part, so that's why he only answered the children part. But his answer to the adult part just didn't make sense anyway, so.
It will literally make your mouth drop on the floor. Because, hold on. You answered the children question very quickly. How many adults and children? No children. Okay, how many adults? They begin to hesitate. They begin to panic. They're panicking so much, he says something just absolutely stupid. But I don't think this kid is dumb. I feel like what he said is out of sheer panic because he didn't want to share the real number.
Oh, is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question.
Where is this?
Hello, can you hear me?
Mind you, it's not a service issue because we can hear everybody else in the background.
In the background.
So it's not a
Mhm.
service issue. Oh, no, he hears exactly what she said. How many adults on board? He doesn't say nothing for a while, and then he responds back with the dumbest possible answer.
Oh, is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question.
Where is this?
Where is this? Everyone,
Hello, can you hear me?
where is this?
Try to jump in
Nothing.
and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yep, I just need you to answer these questions so I can get you over to the captain.
Okay.
How many
what's
adults
going
on board?
There are 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. No.
A second ago, you just said there wasn't no kids on board. Now there's no adults on board. That's why. At this point,
Everybody
he's
here
just
is
talking.
over the age of 21.
There's not a person in America, there's not a person in America, probably not a person on planet Earth, who don't know what an adult is. An adult is anybody over the age of 18 in America. Simple.
Facts.
That's what an adult is. So the fact that she asks you, how many adults on board? Oh, no, there's nobody over the age of 21 on board. That's because you are avoiding and refusing. You don't want to answer the question, bruh. You don't want to answer the question. Because Nolan is, what, 19?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody on board is like 18, 19. So you are doing everything in your power to...
Everybody on board is in community college. So they're out of high school. I'm assuming they're out of high school. So they have to be over 18, at least 18, 19, 20. And he said not over the age of 21, which means somebody can be 21. I still hope everybody wasn't drinking if everybody wasn't over the age of 21. So now drinking involved, that's another
not
issue.
Answer the question. Looks like your girl asking you, hey, bro, did you go out last night and cheat? Man, I went out last night. Well, did you cheat? I ain't cheat on my diet all week. Huh? Wait, what? That's not right. No, you're answering this question being deceptive. It's really that simple. And I'm looking at this like, yo, why is it whenever something comes out, it's always something sketchy with it? Now, I understand if we're just being super analytical, super looking into it, but even the person who's like completely in the middle and neutral and not biased, can you hear this call and tell me this is a normal call? Can you hear this call and tell me people are not being deceptive in this call? Can you hear this call and tell me this is how normal people answer questions? How many adults on board? None. Huh? What? Whoa, nobody on board? Nobody over 21 on board? Can you just answer the question they're asking? Oh, but it gets worse. It gets worse.
Adults on board.
There's 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody
right.
here is over the age of 21.
Sir, that was not the question.
Exactly.
Is there a person? Is there a person, a living individual on the boat?
Radio silence, and it sounded like he...
Hello?
Bro, you heard what she said, bro. If you can
You
respond, you heard
bro.
it.
What?
And it's not like the service went
You
out.
hear
No, because we're
everything.
hearing the background. If we can hear the background, then you can hear her.
Facts.
If we can hear the background, then we could have heard you. So
Facts.
you're not saying anything. Man, you heard her, bro. The question caught him off guard.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any living person on board? He probably felt like, next question they're about to ask is there any dead person on board? So that question caught them off guard. And I'm sitting back like, yo, what went on? Because we heard from multiple people. We heard from, there was a fight of some sort. Now, they're all claiming Nolan was not a part of this fight, but they all said the fight is why they wanted to leave in a hurry. They began to pack up and leave. They said immediately after the fight is what made them want to leave. I don't believe that fight did not involve Nolan, man. I'm telling you guys right now, I just don't believe it, bro.
Okay, so when the boat, somebody please let me know in the comments if I'm right or if I'm wrong. But if you got a boat and you got to drop an anchor, how far from the sea floor does the anchor have to be? You get what I'm saying? Because then that would make sense as to why the boat isn't grounded. You know what I'm saying? Why it isn't on the island itself. I just thought about that.
Now, if a fight occurred on the boat, wouldn't that be the reason why the pump is destroyed? That's just my theory. I don't know. But we don't have to have the answers. We are not the ones that was there. All we can say is something isn't adding up. And we need answers. Now, he eventually gives a head count and he says 7.
Is there a living person, someone breathing on the boat? Is there anybody on the boat?
Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
All right, verify what boat's sinking.
A Triton, 22-foot offshore 22-foot Triton offshore sea flight hull.
Nervous.
All right. All right. Please hold. I'm transferring you to the local captain now.
Yeah, thank you. This is Captain Seth.
Hi, Captain Seth. This is Vicky from International. How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Good, good. I apologize ahead of time. I really do. You're going to have a fee for service come up under Jerry.
Okay.
It sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island. He's letting me know that his father's a member, but he can't give me any information. And he's saying the boat is sinking, and he's on Horn Island. It's just unfortunate. He's just a kid. There's a lot going on.
They done got lady discombobulated. She all messed up. She don't even know how to explain it to the captain.
So
Right.
he said there's about a lot of people on board. He says he thinks about 7. I'm guessing they're all under 18.
I like to read and listen at the same time, so the subtitles is throwing me off. And she ain't saying the same thing in my ear as she's saying on the screen.
And I'm not trying to be rude. He wants you guys to go out there and unpump the boat and then tow it in.
Do you know what kind of boat it is?
He said a Triton 24-footer, but that's all he can give me.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat. And
Is it
he
Jerry?
said that Jerry. Yeah, he said,
Okay.
I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now, but if something changes, he'll call me back.
So
why call? I got you, Flacco. Why call? So what's the point of calling? Telling you, alibi, bro.
what was the purpose of them calling then?
Alibi.
If they're in the middle of an active emergency, the grandfather is not on the island. The grandfather is not there. They told the grandfather what's going on. The grandfather said, man, y'all better not bring any authorities over there. So then what was the purpose of this call? Why were they on the phone for so long, quote unquote, asking for help, but not answering any questions to get them help? But the grandfather is talking to the actual people, and they said, man, like, don't need help, bro. Like, you good. That's not strange to y'all? You don't want the answers to that? See, they've done multiple interviews, and they've answered every question in the book about Nolan's race, about the parents, about Benjamin Crump, but they don't answer the pivotal question, which is, why is everything so sketchy and sus and strange when it comes to you guys? Why can't y'all just give us straight up answers? Y'all ain't answering questions about this, though, but y'all gonna answer questions about, well, did you know Nolan Wells was 25% Asian? What does that matter? Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this, bro. What do you got?
Bro, to be honest, bro, this case is getting real, real wicked. And the reason everything is sketchy is because somebody lying. Somebody lying, bro. And I hope real soon, you feel me, they get justice for Nolan Wells, bro. This ain't it, bro. But I appreciate everybody, man. Please hit the like and the sub button for me, man. Y'all go check out Poetic, man. Flacco, man. I appreciate y'all, man. We out.